Alright, I'm going to go over our game finally. So, e4, very basic principle. Just trying to control center. I don't know what video you watched to play the French. Normally, that's not something I would suggest. Like, usually, just put the pawn in the middle. Actually, what I play is something called the Caro-Kann, where it ends up being something like this. And I like doing this one because then this bishop can be eventually developed out to the side. Which, unlike the French, you kind of get your bishop stuck. But anyway, technically everything you did was great, except for this move. Yeah, so the whole reason I took it is just so you would have to double your pawn. That creates a big hole. And usually when you develop your knights, you want them towards the center of the board. Like, think of this as like a big hill. And it's just like playing King of the Hill. You want to control stuff in the middle. It's all about what your pieces can actually see. So like if you put your knight on the side of the board, it would only be able to control 1, 2, 3 squares. Whereas if it's in the middle, like let's imagine it's at the e5 square. I know it's not there. Or actually, if you developed it, let's go to this square. You'd be controlling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, not that one. 6 squares. 7 squares. So the more squares your pieces can actually hit, the better. So that's why you normally want them in the center. So that's why one of the big principles of chess is control the center of the board, because then your pieces have more reach. So that's why like putting your knight out here is generally a bad idea. And then I just wanted to double your pawn. I know it doesn't say that it was the best move, but it's whatever. And then I was just developing. I was just like, I just need to develop pieces. You did what most French players do. They launch their c-pawn to try to fight for the center, which I thought was like a normal looking move. And I was just trying to defend my pawn. Then take. And then my whole point here was to double your pawns again. I probably should have not been too worried. And either just, that helps you develop your bishop. I was going to say I should just take this, just leave you with isolated pawns. Then you'd probably take my queen and it would have been a mess. Yeah, and then it's bad. You're actually winning here. Trying to think of like, why is this position so good for you? Let's see what the computer says. Oh, you can centralize your queen, which again, normally it's like hard to centralize the queen because you can normally attack it. But if you can get your queen in the center of the board safely without it being able to be attacked, it's super strong. So like it wanted you to play this move. And now your queen is just a monster, attacking so many different things, controlling so many squares. Then you'd probably just want to like develop, get castled. It'd be okay. Let's see, take. I was trying to trade queens. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I was like, you have to take the queen. And then you didn't see that rook. Then once I was up material, the whole game is just try to trade. I don't know if you know the basic piece values of pieces, but like knights and bishops are generally worth 3 points. Rooks are worth 5. Queens are worth 9. King's obviously the game. So that is generally what we want to do. Then I just had a nice little tactic there. Then I just was eating your pawns. Then you refuse to resign. But yeah, I would say basic chess principles for you. One thing is like board vision is just hard. Like I was stuck at 600 elo for a very long time because I would like just miss hanging pieces and stuff. Like you didn't even see this. So that's just tough. It's just gonna happen until your board vision gets way better. But yeah, just going like all the way back. I'd say like the basic thing, like what I would tell you is like control the center of the board as best you can. When you are developing your pieces at the very beginning, try not to touch them more than once until you've touched all your other ones. So like even if you develop that knight, that's great. I guess like right there, like it wanted you to develop your bishop first. So instead you touched another pawn. And then you developed a knight, which was fine. Then I developed a knight. This was like, it's kind of funny that like my mistake is I moved my knight twice. You could have easily just gone here, and then I would have moved my knight back. Yeah. So like even I fail to follow these principles sometimes. But otherwise, it was a pretty clean game. Eventually, you'll get into these tactics where you can see like the checks and knight forks. Knight forks will get you all the time. I don't know why you didn't take my knight right there. I mean, it was lost no matter what. But yeah. I don't know if this helped you at all, but I told you I would review our game. We should play another one, or you should send me a game to look over, and I will try to review again and do whatever I can to help you be the best chess player. Become that grandmaster, world champion.